It is Tiara Tuesday, and I have just returned from my trip to London, where I went to go see the Cartier exhibit at the Victoria and Albert Museum. I have never seen so many tiaras in one place before. And of course, that means I have a lot to talk about. In fact, by the end of this month, you're probably going to be begging me to talk about anything but Cartier. But you're not sick of it yet, so I thought I would start with the piece that opens the show. This is the first piece that you see when you enter, and it is what's known as the Manchester tiara. It was made in 1903 for none other than the Duchess of Manchester, Consuelo Yznaga. And if that name does not sound particularly British to you, that's because she wasn't. She was a Cuban-American heiress, one of the first so-called dollar princesses, who were sent across the pond to London to help revitalize the floundering economy at the end of the 19th century. Consuelo supplied over 1,000 brilliant cut diamonds and over 400 rose-cut diamonds for the tiara herself. These were supplemented by additional rose-cut diamonds supplied by Cartier, as well as paste stones for the end scrolls. Paste is basically fancy glass cut to look like gems. Apparently, the design of this tiara was inspired by decorative ironwork in pre-Revolutionary War France. Now, Consuelo Yznaga is not to be confused with Consuelo Vanderbilt, who was both her goddaughter and namesake. Consuelo Yznaga unfortunately passed away in 1909, so she only had 6 years to enjoy this absolutely massive tiara. It is huge. I am not exaggerating. You can see that it looks large on Consuelo, but when you see it on her daughter-in-law who inherited the tiara, it is comically oversized. One of the things that struck me about this tiara at the exhibit, aside from its sheer overwhelming size, is that there are screws on the inside. Show me the backside of a tiara and I will examine it for any ways in which it can be taken apart. There are little screw fittings. They look very similar to the backs of screwback earrings, and I was perplexed trying to figure out exactly which pieces could be taken off. I was finally able to solve the mystery for myself by taking a look at the Victoria and Albert Museum's website. According to them, the tiara has detachable collet and scroll surmounts. That would be all of these lovely little pointy bits at the top. But I did notice some extra screw fittings that look like they are there specifically so that you can remove the C-scrolls at the end that are not set with diamonds but are set with paste. I cannot find any pictures of this tiara being worn in any configuration other than the way it's shown here, which leads me to believe that nobody actually wanted to take those collet and scroll surmounts off of the tiara. I completely understand why this tiara was chosen to open the show. It is breathtaking in both its beauty and its sheer grandeur.